Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. This definitely was a great session for housing, I think, and just wanted to thank the legislators for their involvement and support. We do know that there's a direct connection between homelessness and housing and the availability of housing in this community. Just wanted to thank the private sector partners who've come and helped work with us to identify ways that we can change current processes, look for how we might make government support and subsidies more effective as we move along. And I thought that we all together collectively got a lot done this session, from the budget and making appropriations, significant appropriations to help support affordable housing, to a lot of planning and other measures that are currently before us. I think it was a great session for housing. And so just wanted to thank my former colleagues from the legislature for their patience and willingness to work with us. Wanted to thank the private sector for coming here and helping us understand better how we might be able to support you. And then most importantly, to the advocates that have always, for a number of years, reminded us that there is a significant need in our community. And this measure and the bills before us today that will soon become law really make significant progress in this area. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to take up the bills one at a time, but I did want to talk. The first bill that I'll be signing is Senate Bill 2561, which establishes a temporary special action team to develop a rental housing strategy for the state. It also sets the goal of having 22,500 affordable rental housing units ready for occupancy over the next 10 years. Senator Tokuda, you wanted to make a few comments on that regards?
Thank you, Governor. And, really just wanted to also echo your comments, thanking all of the advocates, the stakeholders that are in the room today. I don't think we rarely get to see such an eclectic bunch come together and agree all on something as important as this. And I think that's why the legislature or the executive branch really got together and realized that we have to do something. This is important. We can't let another session, another day go by without us really putting significant resources and action together so that we can make a difference in this particular area. I really wanted to just acknowledge some of our colleagues that are here, Senator Kim, Senator Inouye, Senator Chan Oakland, a trailblazer who has been at the forefront for decades. If you counted up all the work she does, probably more than her own lifetime, above and beyond that, she has been at the forefront. But also our colleagues that are not here, Chairs Harimoto and Hashem, for taking up bills like this, massaging it, making it work, listening to all of you and understanding that it is a spectrum approach. It's not just about homelessness. We want them to get to a better place. We want them to be in permanent housing surrounded by programs and support. So thank you, Governor, for giving us this opportunity to come together with you as former colleagues, but also just as allies in terms of how we can make things better for the people in our community. So really appreciate it and looking forward to really putting these actions on paper and committing ourselves to this. I was dropping my kids off at school today and I realized that my oldest son, Matt, in 2026, he's gonna turn 18. And as all parents, that's when we send them off into the world, right? With the hopes that maybe they'll get their own place, leave our own. So with the goal being that by 2026, we want 22,500 more affordable rental units, knowing though that the goal really is over 60,000 more units that we need for Hawaii's people. This is about looking around at our youngest children and saying, what will we leave for them? We need to make sure it's about them, and this is about them. So thank you for being here, and thank you, Governor, for this opportunity. So,
thank you.
Mahalo, everyone.
Thank you.
So maybe if the legislators want to join him when he signs the bills. Oh, maybe also the state agencies.
Great.
Want to join him for the bill signing?
John?
Yeah, yeah. Shorter ones.
Okay, so first up is Senate Bill 2561 relating to rental housing. This measure establishes a temporary special action team to develop a rental housing strategy for the state. It also sets the goal of having 22,500 affordable rental housing units ready for occupancy over the next decade. So Senate Bill 2561 is now Act 127. Senate Bill 2566 provides capital for the development of affordable rental housing by transferring excess funds from the Rental Assistance Revolving Fund to the Rental Housing Trust Revolving Fund. The additional funds will help facilitate the development of more affordable rental units. So Senate Bill 2566 is now Act 128. Senate Bill 2833 will help increase the supply of affordable housing by making the state low-income housing tax credits more attractive to investors. It shortens the tax credit period from 10 years to 5 years, making the tax credits more valuable to the investment community. And this is one of those that we think it really gets us access to capital without actually costing the state anymore. So Senate Bill 2833 is now Act 129. Senate Bill 3077 officially establishes an action team called the Transit-Oriented Development Team, led by the Office of Planning. The team will coordinate and streamline the development of state lands located along the transit route. This is our effort to sensibly direct growth, protect open space and agriculture, and reinvigorate older neighborhoods and build affordable homes. And we are committed to Kalihi 21st century, right? Yes. And hopefully moving the correctional center to a more suitable location.
Are we going to have a rail beyond Middle Street?
Let's not talk about that. So Senate Bill 3077 is now Act 130. House Bill 2293 enables the Hawaii Housing Finance and Development Corporation to partner with state and county departments and agencies to develop mixed-use projects. You know, we definitely know that we need to change the communities for public housing, and this really allows different kinds of interactions that were not allowed before. This will create communities with housing, jobs, retail, and government services in close proximity. And House Bill 2293 is now Act 131. And finally, House Bill 2305. You know, one of the biggest roadblocks to developing affordable housing is the lack of adequate infrastructure. This bill allows us to broadens the application of the Dwelling Unit Revolving Fund to allow the state to fund projects for roads, drainage systems, sewer, and water lines. It became very evident that without state participation, many of these communities would not be able to be serviced and allowed affordable housing projects to move forward. And House Bill 2305 is now Act 132. Okay.
I think we can have all of you stand there for the photo. And maybe we can hold the bills up. There's a lot of claps.